I should just let this intro play out, but at the same time, it's very slow. So I think I'll do some talking over it. How is my volume levels here? I had to change my volume settings a little bit since this is a different Oh, right. Sorry about that, Bass. It always feels awkward to me, even advertising at all these streams. So, yeah. How's it going, Crab? Technically, I could have skipped this. It does give you, obviously, the full story when you get into the game, and it even goes over this part again with the cutscene, but it's still cool to look at. Cringy speedrunner? Great. Oh, that's very nice of you to say, thank you. I actually haven't seen any of AGDQ this year. Have there been any good runs? Ah, I see. Oh, yikes. Which game were you watching? Anyway, this is Seiken Densetsu 3, which is Secret of Mana 2, if you couldn't get that from the title. Also, is my controller not working? I just fixed the, Ah, there we go. I didn't actually have the window active. That would be why. Okay, so this game is pretty neat. We have 6 possible playable characters. We need to create a party of 3. And this game is really interesting in that there are 3 different final bosses depending on which characters you pick. So, Duran here has the same final boss as Angela, I believe. Kevin has the same final boss as Carly. And Hawkeye, or Hawk, has the same final boss as Rise? It's really weird to know what her real name is supposed to be, because in Japanese it could be Rise, it could be Lise, there is no L, there is no R. So, something to consider there, because if you pair these characters together, you get a little bit of additional dialogue, but not a whole lot. I don't personally have a preference as to which one. As a child, I picked Duran. Let's see, I suppose I should go over what each of the characters do. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat a little bit here. Okay. So this is Duran, he's a swordsman, kind of a generic character for a game like this. His special ability is that he's got shields, which means he can evade stuff a lot easier. He's just a fairly well-rounded fighter. Not the highest DPS or anything like that. Yeah, pretty much, Kreb. This looks ancient. This was for the Super Nintendo, and actually, this is one of the best-looking Super Nintendo games, period, in my book, once we actually get into it. The menus look a little... I'll give you that. Although I like this sprite work. I want to say 1996? I think this was a late-release game, so I'm really not sure. Okay, anyway, that was Duran. Duran was our all-around fighter. Kevin is cool. He is a half-breed. He's half human, half werewolf. So at night, he can assume his werewolf form, and he does just beastly amounts of DPS. Plus, he's got a pretty cool intro. I don't want to, like, completely nudge you guys in the direction of Kevin, but I'm a big fan of Kevin. We've got Hawk. Hawk is a thief who lives in the desert. He can attack twice for every one attack, meaning that his DPS is also very good. Also, I should mention that all of these characters are going to be able to upgrade and then upgrade again. It's a pretty neat system where you go from your base character and then you get to choose between whether you want them to go on the light path or the dark path, which is pretty standard for video games. But from there, you get the choice again. So, does your character that is now on the light path stay on the light path or go on the dark path? So in the end, there are 4 different end classes that each of these 6 characters can become. So you can be like, your choice could be like, say I pick Duran. For his first class up, he picks light. For his second class up, he picks dark. So he went light, dark. He could have gone light, light. He could have gone dark, light. He could have gone dark, dark. So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of replayability here. Anyway, that's our 3 guys. So we've got Angela. Angela casts spells. Unfortunately, the way that spells work in this game is that it really slows things down quite a bit. You have to go through a menu to cast a spell, watch an animation, then the spell gets cast. It's kind of unfortunate because they're still good characters, it just slows down the fights a lot. So if we get a spellcaster, I think only one. Please. It's fine if we have one. So this is Carly, depending on the translation. Carrie, Carly, who knows? She's a little priestess girl who casts light magic for the most part. How is light dark different from dark light? Don't ask questions. It's all about the journey through life. Is it a path of decline or is it a path of redemption? It's up to you. Anyway, this is Rise or Lise. She is a warrior Amazoness woman who don't need no man. She's really good with buffs. She's got a lot of buff magic, and she's a pretty decent fighter, kind of on par with Duran. By the way, a lot of these guys can cast healing magic if you take them on the light path. Most of the time, you send them on the dark path, and that sends them more towards like DPS. Send them on the light path, and sometimes they get healing abilities and stuff like that. So anyway, now I think that's all of the introductions out of the way. So who are we picking? And what are we naming them? I'm leaving it up to you guys. Okay. Is that going to be our main character, though? Let you guys pick. What do you think? This is gonna determine the entire playthrough. Putting it in your hands. Alright, we're going with her. We could name her Lise, or Lice. But, no, since, Kreb seems to be a fan, you get to be the pretty girl. Oops. That's Krebsy. Why don't we go just with Kreb? Or do we go with Krebsy, and that's Kreb's female name from now on? Okay, who else? I did hear some support for Kevin. Give me the K. Actually, if you guys don't mind, I would really like to play as Kevin again, as like the main character. Straight out of Cats? It's my playthrough? Okay. Well, who wants to be Kevin? Who's our... Well, I guess we already know. We're gonna give you the K. Grab in there. And we need one more party member. So is it going to be the all-around fighter, the thief who's got good DPS, the magical girl with magic, or the other magical girl that's smaller and casts light magic? Well, while you guys decide on that, give me just a second, because I thought I'd prepare something kind of neat. We're gonna have all of our party members off to the side here. I might have to resize these. In fact, I can even add a bit of text, can't I? I suppose that was Kreb, wasn't it? Just a second here. Okay. It's alright. I mean, this is gonna be a long game, so... Why don't I leave it to you, Kaiser? Who are you gonna be? The Dark Mage, Tall Lady of Dark. Okay. Didn't you have, Didn't, like, somebody change your name to be, like, somewhat female for a while? Kaiserine? I don't think that's gonna fit, unfortunately. Kaiser barely fits. Actually, 6 characters is somewhat generous for games of this era. At least try It's about the same size. I'm probably going to change this again in between streams, just because I'm not going to be satisfied with where all of these images are placed. That's about the same size. Maybe a little too small. I can't really tell. Sorry if this is probably driving people nuts. I was trying to think of a way that I could do this before the stream, but this was the best I could come up with. Slight. Yeah, you might be a little too small there. I think all of this needs to come down a bit. There we go, that looks meh. Close enough for now. Okay, let's get going. I don't know if that professional streamer bit is supposed to be ironic or you appreciating that I put some effort into the side. Well, I'm 31 followers away from the next thing. I don't know what it is, not affiliate, or is it affiliate? Is it affiliate and then partner? Something like that. So we've got the Joker, and we've got the Beast King, who I always thought looked more like a lion. Yeah, they're not exactly werewolves. Well, I guess they kind of are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, he basically is the Joker, except he's like, if the Joker was a necromancer. Alright, we'll see you later, Frozen. Kaiser. It's weird to say your entire name. He's an interesting character for sure. Get out. Summons the hounds. Wait, you can do stuff for me? Gnaffle. How do you pronounce your name? Gnaffle? Naffle? Is the G silent? I never know. But just take a look at how beautiful this game is. I mean, sure, we had the Mode 7 earlier, which was very Mode 7. It's a mystery to everyone. Alright, well, I'm calling you Gnaffle. It sounds weird, but that's how I read it. So Gnaffle, the son of the Beast King and a human mother, was never accepted by. Gnaffle trained as a fighter, as he would one day become the heir to the Beast King's throne. Yeah, I'm not gonna voice act all, but I thought it was fun considering it's somebody in the chat. Might as well for the intro. But one day Gnaffle came across a wolf pup whose mother had died, and his heart opened up. Also, his English ain't so good. Oh, but look at that, he's cute. This is a wolf's cry. Oh. Mama Gnaffle. I like how if you just don't press anything, he just keeps laughing. Oh gosh, it's so nice to hear this game being emulated properly. That sound right there, when I used to play this on ZSNES back in the day, it just sounded like electronic nails on a chalkboard. Why is dog meowing? Hey, it's a little puppy. It can't howl like you can, okay? I used ZSNES for a long time. I don't even think I got like a better version of it for quite a while. I don't think this is the right way. No, this is the way to town much later on in the game. So, we'll see how much I remember of this game. I played it a lot as a kid, so I'm probably going to remember most of the major stuff, but not so much of less major stuff. What's wrong, buddy? No, Carl. Beating up my only friend. I think, I'm doing kind of like a super move. You can see at the bottom, I've got a bar that fills up for every hit, which is also nice because I do 2 hits every time I attack. And that lets you unleash a more powerful move. Now, if I remember right, there's a way that you can actually get 2 super moves off of 1 charge, but I really don't remember how. Jeez, Carl, you can take a lot of hits, can't you? I can't remember if this is a fight where you're scripted to lose, but I'm gonna fight him anyway. Try to knock some sense into you, Carl. I was awful at this as a kid, by the way. I didn't dodge or anything like that. I just stayed in the fight and just, like, tanked every single hit. Oof. Oh. I didn't have my super move because I missed. This must be a scripted loss because he's good. Oops. Oh, alright. I just kind of stopped for a second. He went Super Saiyan. Poor Carl. His only friend. It made me so sad as a kid. On that day, Gnaffle discovered for the first time the power that was in his bestial blood. Unfortunately, his discovery came at the cost of his dear friend's life. Oh, nice. Is it, one of your snooty European beers? With no one else to turn to but his fellow beastmen, Ganafl returned home. You killed him. Unleashed the beast. If I remember right, don't, I always heard that Germans drink their beer, warm. Or is that like an urban legend kind of thing? Also, look at how he walks. I forgot about this. He looks so goofy. He doesn't look so goofy from the side. Maybe swinging his arms a little bit, but look at that. It's silly. From here is disgusting and everybody here knows that. Okay. Let's see how Dad is doing. You know me, I'm the prince. Let's see if I remember where to go at all. Oh hey. It's Luger. Do you slowly regenerate health? No, you don't. I think what happened was when it turned me into a werewolf for that cutscene, it healed me, and then I got hit once more during the fight. If I had to guess. Beastmen are gonna attack the holy city of Wendell. Gonna make him cry. That's not nice. Yep, exactly what Ganafl just said. Talk to you, Loogie. And invade Jad and then move on to take Wendell. It's not nice either. I'm the prince, you know. I'm gonna be king one day. Pells, but ain't nobody. I went the wrong way here. Well, it just depends. Some characters, that's the only use for their MP is healing. Or depending on which path you take as well. Okay, so where am I going? Foreigner came to ask the Beast King a favor. Why would he? Throwing me away? Didn't she die? I can't remember what happened to Kevin's mom. Ooh. Ooh. So much faster to just chug down a mint drop. Yeah, but you can run out of that. He's a little special, but he's a good boy. He's half werewolf, half human. So I don't know, maybe the motor skills aren't all there, but what? So what's going on right now, Mike, is these beastmen are about to attack the holy city of Wendell, and we are Ganafl, half-breed, and he accidentally just killed his best friend, who was a dog. The dog turned into a wolf and attacked him, and then we went full-on beast mode on our best friend. Has to resist running on all fours. Yeah, maybe. That'd actually be kind of cool if he got like a speed buff from it, but Kevin's already, well, Ganafl here is already OP. Also, I'm feeling like a blind idiot because I'm not, to be going. Here? I don't think this was open before, was it? Oh no, I get it. 100? Oh, okay. Don't trust Beastmen to count. Yeah, I'm definitely missing something here. I feel really foolish. Oh hey, now he's blocking the path. And that would be Death Jester from the beginning. Oh, here we go. Second party members after the cave, right? Yes. Technically you can get your third party member there as well if you get Carly, I think. Uh-oh. It was the Beast Kings doing the whole time. Turned you against your friend, your own father. Made you kill your own dog, so you went full beast mode. Does the dialogue of recruiting, etc. change depending on whom you... I don't really... They say a little backstory and stuff. Come on, Gnaffle. What a beast. This guy is just like... huh? He doesn't even talk. Alright. Just laughing at his son for hating him. Never forget who you are, Gnaffle. He just chucked you. It's okay though, you're gonna have a Death Jester look over you. Dad ripped you to shreds, you got 1 health. Laying there bleeding to death right next to your best friend's grave. I'm taking pages from my Legend of Zelda playthrough and saving all of the time. So now I can turn into a werewolf whenever it's nighttime. That's one thing I forgot to mention. There is a day-night cycle in this game. There's also a cycle for the weeks as well. So depending on which day of the week it is, let's see if I can actually bring up the menu here. So you'll see day and time. Right now it is the Mana Holy Day, which is basically like Sunday. You can get some free stuff at shops. Every other day of the week is an element, and that element gets a boost on that day. Oh hey, it's you. Dang it, Dad. We can revive Carl? I guess we don't have time to question him. Mentos. Dang it, Loogie. Alright. Well, time to go on an adventure. Oh, I thought it was gonna take me straight to the cutscene that plays out in just a second. Man, this game is beautiful. Just appreciating the little bones that pop out. That was clearly not the right way, by the way. Death Jester's actually lucky and Jake fused together promised to start streaming any minute now. Ugh. That's why I want to be vague about my stream times. It's a special surprise. Renouncing his own father. I don't remember if you find his mother at any point. Don't spoil that for me. Gnafl felt only intense hatred for his father and intense sorrow about Karl's death. Gnafl headed for the Holy City, but unlike the other Beastmen, his was a peaceful mission. Little did he know, the fate of the entire world was about to be placed in his hands. He's just standing on water and pushing it. Ah, and some delicious Mode 7. I believe that the first level up is actually 16 or 18 for the first class upgrade. Which does take quite a while. I think most of the time I don't actually class up at the first mana stone. Is it stones or is it crystals? I think they're mana stones. No, this is the intro. This is a very cinematic game. Basically, you're never getting it at the wind crystal. Yes, that's pretty much it. You get it at like the second or third stone. I like how he just pushes there. Like, it seems like they mess up his sprite every once in a while, or maybe that's intentional. I don't know. It just looks goofy though. Hey, it's Luigi. So, city's under occupation. Yeah, you're a tough old man. Oof, grinding that much. Also, take a look at that. This is Duran, one of the characters that we could have picked right away in the beginning. A very angry guy. I like how the Beastmen confiscated all of the shopkeeper's weapons, but there's clearly still weapons on the table. I don't think I'd talk to that way for to occupying forces. Here's another one of the characters that we could have picked. He's moping so much. That's not even all of his problems. His girlfriend gets taken hostage. Kind of complicated story. Whoops. Had to lie to get out of it. Magic choker, yup. She gets a magic necklace put around her that, I've got enough money for these. we'll take one. Revives, well, I can't revive myself. And some of these, just because I can afford it. Leave myself some money. So I think you can find... Oh yeah, here's a sexy frozen Kaiser. Gnaffle spying on Kaiser. You got what you deserved. Well, what you're supposed to do here is something that I didn't figure out for the longest time. You can stay for free at the inn, and if you wake up at night, all of the beastmen are not where they were because, well, they, I guess, went full beast mode? Aren't they already beasts? I don't know. Sure, we'll save. I'm pretty much gonna save every time it asks, just because. They go out of control. Okay, they go full beast mode in their hearts. But he's still there. Oh, okay. We'll hide from Loogie. Yeah, they do a pretty bad job. There was a guy protecting this. And the other benefit of turning it to night in order to get out of there is I get to go full-on werewolf. Also, when you end a fight, you've got a chance to have a chest. This one just gave me an item, but sometimes it'll have you do like a little roulette wheel. And sometimes you don't just get the item, you could get hurt, and then you get the item. Like, it's a real roulette. Also, I just happened to remember that the enemy is behind that tree. That actually matters? I didn't know that stats actually play into that. Also, the chest has a chance to spawn after the last experience thing goes off of the screen. So how it says EXP1, once that goes off of the screen, and you've killed the last enemy, that's when the chest appears. So, it's good to keep that in mind, because otherwise you might accidentally go off the screen without realizing that, you just missed out on your opportunity for some loot. Hello, how's it going? Coco? Cuckoo? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, unfortunately. Secret of Mana was before this, I think? Which one would that even be? Was this, was that the Super Nintendo one, or? Cough cough, okay. Thank you. So we can talk to all the villagers here. I happen to know which NPC it is in order to progress. They're just kind of doing their normal villager kind of stuff. Remember what's up here though. Oh. Okay. So yeah, day and night obviously affects a lot, including the NPCs. Stores will... I don't think stores close, now that I think about it. Anyway, the person that I need to talk to, all of the NPCs around here say something similar to this guy. Nobody believes me, but I'm sure I saw it. A strange light coming from above the lake. Maybe we'll see it again tonight. Whatever could it mean? Also, I believe I could buy some weapons here. I probably can't afford them, so since I spent so much on... Yeah. I spent a lot on items just a little bit ago. So if I stay at the inn now... Sure, that seems like a reasonable price. Wait a second, wasn't there a cutscene that was supposed to play there? I thought I just needed to talk to that one guy. Maybe I need to talk to another NPC as well. Let's see. Or maybe it was too late at night. Because, obviously, that light that guy was talking about. Probably more talking. Lake. There's a cave to the east which goes underneath the sealed off. I'm pretty sure it's just that one NPC though. Give him another stern talking to and try to convince him to progress the plot. I think I've talked to pretty much everybody that's wandering around outside, so I'm just gonna give it another go here. See if the cutscene triggers. Oh, whoops, I thought it was gonna take me right in the room. I really like the aesthetic in the buildings in this room. It all looks so cozy. There's our cutscene. Ah, too bright. You should have heard this sound effect on the ZSNES emulator. Because it did not sound like that. It just sounded like... I don't wanna make the noise to annoy you, but it just sounded like somebody was flatlining in the most annoying way. Follow the ferry. Ferry goes over this way. Managed to get all three with my special. Really a beast. Some really pretty music though. It doesn't really fit the action going on at the screen at the moment, but still nice nonetheless. I'd say that the music even matches the graphics in terms of quality. And this game has a lot of music too. Also, just in case I wanted to see where I'm at in the world. Hey, how's it going, Reevy? Wow, if you would have got here sooner, we could have named Angela after you instead of after Kaiser. Kreb was destined to be Lise, though. Good thing she wasn't, yeah. We like our female Kaiser. Kaiserine, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. See, that chest always pops up a little later than you might expect. It's like Terranigma. I think the combat's a little like Terranigma. I've actually never played, which is like one of the few games that is really good that I haven't played for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, this was a Japan-only sequel to Secret of Mana. It's going to be coming out somewhat soon under the Trials of Mana collection retranslated. This is a fan translation. By the way, fun fact, I actually do have the Super Famicom cartridge of this because I saw it in Japan in a used game store, and it was like $5. The price of used video games in Japan is just insanely low. Like, in the case of a lot of JRPGs, it's like 1/10 of the price compared to in America. Oh, thank you, Ree. We're the chosen one. So the fairy's got her own motivations for helping us. She's one of the fairies from the beginning of the game. Came from the Mana Holy Land because the Mana Holy Land is slowly dying, if I remember right. So now Gnaffle has voices in his head. The plot so far, that fairy came from the Mana Holy Land because it's slowly dying. She's on a mission to see a priest from this holy city to see what he could possibly do about it. Our main character here, Gnaffle, who's normally named Kevin, is a half beast man, half human. At the beginning of the game, he had his best friend, which was an actual dog, and suddenly... Oh, well, let's level up here first. So, level ups in this game work a little interestingly. You get to pick which stat, goes up, but eventually it'll tell you, no, I think you've got enough strength for now, why don't you pick a different stat, and then maybe later we'll let you pick strength again. So you've kind of got a little bit of choice, but not total control. So obviously, this guy is an absolute brawler who's DPS focused. I'm going strength. So yeah, right, also, what Gnaffle said, there's 6 potential characters that you can have. 3, you get to pick between 3 of them. So what I'm telling you is the story just for this character. There were 5 other potential stories that we could have gone on, which lead to 3 different end bosses depending on which character you pick. And actually, I think all of the characters that we picked have different final bosses associated with them. Anyway, Kevin here. It turned out his father, with the help of Dark Magician... Oh. Beastmen came. Dang it, Dad. So yeah, our father is the Beast King. And he decided that he was going to invade the holy city of Wendell, which is where that fairy needs to go, which is why they wanted our help. So we attacked our best friend, the dog, because, well, we'll move on. There's a lot to catch up on. So this is Kreb's backstory. Proud Amazoness that she is. It's worth reading this, by the way, if you're just passively watching. Get her backstory. Hitting a bird. It was never your place to begin with, Riri. He got there first. So her mission, in short, is to save her little brother. Or did his little brother die? I guess I should have paid more attention there, thinking that I know the story. But I think he's alright. And she's trying to get back the castle that got overtaken. Also, she's kind of strong. I mean, she's level 4, I'm level 2. King died, but I think brother got kidnapped. Ah, yeah, that's right, by Bill and Ben, right? So I don't even remember where we were at in explaining the story. Beast King, with the help of a guy named Death Jester, turned your best friend into a wolf. You went full beast, or Gnaffle went full beast mode, turned into a werewolf, killed his best friend, just out of instinct, and then, Death Jester wound up telling Kevin that he can, because Kevin didn't know that Death Jester had anything to do with it. Death Jester told Kevin that he could potentially revive his friend if he goes and sees this this priest in the holy city of Wendell. So we're all on a mission to go to this one place right now. Us, Lise here, or excuse me, Crab. It'll take me a while to get used to these names. And the fairy. Fairy wants to save the Holy Land. Kevin here, or excuse me, Gnaffle, wants to revive his best friend. And Lise wants help with her whole situation with the castle and getting her brother back. So this is another character that we could have got, but chose not to. Okay, you're the fairy now. She describes herself as the cute little girl. Aww. There's no real reason why we get the backstory for Carly if she's not in the party, but everybody does get that. Yeah, this game, during the beginning of it, is full of backstory. Just because there's so many characters to pick from. But after this point in the game, all of the backstory really stops. But it's important for them since there's so many characters to establish everybody's motivations. They've all got their own reasons to be seeking out the same area in the beginning. Yeah, she's not even gonna join us. We're getting this backstory for nothing. Don't say that, Riri. We need him. Whoops. It's like a death flag. So now you don't need our help. You just fell off a cliff. You don't need us. Alright. Sure. I don't remember if I mentioned it as well, but the Beast King is going, or wants to invade the city that we're going to. And they destroyed that town from earlier along the way. I mean, they didn't even have to. I think they just did it because they wanted to. They're trying to get, like, revenge on humans for something or other. Riri's always so cruel. No, that's going too far, Riri. Although we are a beast man, so maybe it would be... maybe that would just be excused, who knows? The music and the graphics. This is a Super Nintendo game. I'm not gonna get over that, by the way. I haven't been getting over that for like the decade or so that I've known about this game. It's absolutely beautiful. Not even a golden statue behind the old man. That's true, actually. When are we gonna play Golden Sun? Ugh. Ugh. It's just such a long game with such a long wind-up. Ugh. So this was the priest that we were looking for? Well, I mean, the first two, it's like... one's a direct sequel, so you kind of want to play them together. I mean, you could probably play them apart, but then you'd have a lot of story catching up to do. There's also another one for the DS, but I heard that one's not nearly as good. Never played it though, so I don't really know myself. It's not good enough. Get out of here, Gnaffle. We got more pressing matters than your dog. King Joestar was killed. No. King Joestar. See, that's the pressing matter. I want that sword. Yeah, just go to him. Why do I have to be part of it? Okay, well, you're stuck together. Riri will always be in Gnaffle's head. Oh, you actually do get to use it in the first one? Hey, the mana tree is way more important than pretty much anything else. If the mana tree dies, the world dies. I want to play Game Boy games? Oh. Black and white. So yeah, this is pretty important story stuff, by the way. I know I'm just completely talking over it, but this is the Mana Holy Land. In the Mana Holy Land, the Mana Tree. And there's a sword in the tree for some reason, and that sword has the power to grant any of our wishes. So it is the basically plot device to solve all of our main character's problems. I believe the rusty sword in secret is the Mana sword. It's my sword. Look at that face. What is he doing? He looks like he's doing the chicken dance or something. It's a MacGuffin, kind of. Right, so to get the Sword of Mana, we have to get to all of these stones, and then release their energy. That'll open a portal to the Mana Holy Land. Also, I really wanted to find a sprite of this stone here and have it be in the like off to the side of the stream, just like how I've got all the characters listed. But yeah, I couldn't find one. I thought it looked really cool, especially how it glows and sparkles. I always thought the eyes on Kevin were his teeth. I think he wasn't good with sprites. Huh. I'll have to look at it in a second. There were a few sprites like that for me. You never got to play on a console? Like, any console? Like Run Escape? Trust me, I played plenty of Run Escape. That was like a decade of my life. Adventure Quest? I don't even know which game that is. So it turns out there's one of those stones nearby, and all of these stones have their own like guardian spirit. So this is just everybody agreeing to help the fairy, agreeing that everybody ought to get the Sword of Mana because, hey, it can grant all of our wishes anyway. Wait. Was Adventure Quest like the text version of RuneScape? I remember something like that now. Oh, okay. I don't know what the name of the game I'm thinking of now is, but there was like a text version of RuneScape. Huh. Silly sprites being tweened. Ew. Anyway, the eyes. Oh yeah, I could see it. Like if his hat is like way too down, and then he's got like the anime shadow over his eyes, and then he's got like really big fangs popping out. I could totally see that now that you say it. I didn't see that as a kid though. Summarize what this weeb game is all about. Oh no, again? We've gone through an hour of story at this point. And it's just been like all story. Yeah, everybody's got their motivations for, well, we'll talk to you first. Talking like Riri. We need like a copy paste that like has the story. She's 15, guys. She's old enough. Wait, he's 15? Dang it, anime. We'll explain it to you if ever. Just give us a minute to get out of this story bit. Looks so goofy. Oops. I didn't even press anything, I just like went up to her. Oh, yes, thank you. If you guys want to explain that. I don't want to explain it again. It takes too much effort. Okay. Can't get strength again. Game said I had enough for now. Don't really need intelligence or spirit, that's for spellcasters. Luck, I don't really know what that affects. Agility, I think, is your time in between attacks, and I want to be like an absolute madman. Oh hey, that was lucky. So yeah, Kevin had his best friend die, his dad betrayed him, and he's on a mission to try to revive his best friend and get revenge on his dad for tricking him into killing his best friend. Ouch, I'm getting ripped apart here. Lise, or excuse me, Kreb, the girl here, her kingdom got overtaken. Her kingdom got overtaken and her brother got kidnapped. And this fairy here is a fairy from the Mana Holy Land. And the Mana Holy Land is dying. And if the Mana Holy Land dies, well, everything dies. So, in the Mana Holy Land, there is the Sword of Mana, which can grant wishes and basically help all of us achieve our goals. And that's pretty much where we're at. In a nutshell. I don't know if you could hear my stomach right there, but holy moly, I don't think I've ever had my stomach grown more. There's a... I didn't get that bacon cheeseburger that I promised it yesterday. Also, ninjas killed her dad. Most anime death. Needs like the Naruto sad music. We need your magical powers, Riri. That's fine. The plot, doesn't really go to... It's not nearly as dense, coming up here. We're through all of the establishment of character and stuff like that. So the only story bits are really going to happen pretty much in between, like, dungeon areas. As we're asked you to read out all of the dialogue? Yikes. Oh no. Do I have to give voices to everybody as well, including the girls? Oh no. She said it before before I even did. I can't even do like a girl voice. I used to have like a really high tenor voice, and then puberty hit me like a truck. Also, I'm taking tons of damage because I haven't really been paying attention to these fights very well. So Kreb leveled up. Kreb is strong. Let's get stronger. Right now we don't have any spells or anything like that, so might as well. And the HP that we're at... Oh, that's kind of weird. Did he just respawn? That was weird. Yeah, he did. That was very strange. My best trap impression? No thanks. What does a trap even sound like? I'm too masculine for this. No, I don't want your breath. We need a heal. Gotta read Pepper's story here. Never had a high voice, but when puberty hit me, I was talking on the phone to a girl once, and her mom secretly listened in. She told the girl she was concerned because I sounded like a 33-year-old rapist. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Pepper. Oops, almost went off the screen. That's what I mean, the chests spawn in really late. Are we gonna get the Mimic? Oh, we almost did. Wait, I didn't mean to use that on him. Oh well, we could both use the heal. It was and is still funny to you, okay. I don't feel bad laughing at you then. Jeez, that hit hard. Hit me for 64 damage. This is like a normal enemy. Hit me for over half of my health with that. Yikes. We're about to fight a boss, so I don't even know if I should be using these. I think I do have some in reserve, so why don't I go check on that? Oh hey, I have exactly enough. You can only carry 9. I've got 9. Let's go fight stuff. 'Cause that's what men do. And, Amazonesses. Also, is it night? No, it's not. I'm not taking full advantage of, Kevin's potential. At night, Kevin can turn into a werewolf, which, increases his strength. It's Metal Gear. Alright, when he's got his eyes like that, it can't damage him. E3 memes. I don't know if I should heal yet. I think I'm a little bit of a low level for this. Also, I haven't saved in a while, have I? And I don't have any revive things. And she just died. Uh-oh. I probably should have bought some, healing items and had it be nighttime. But I was too distracted. Ugh. Still might be able to do it. We'll see. Although, if I do it, I'm not sure if, Kreb is going to get any, Uh-oh. That looks damaging. Ow, 67 damage. Yikes. Okay, gotta take him a little bit more seriously. I didn't even get him through half of his, health. Soiled it, no! Yeah, you've been part of the team for a while. For a little while, anyway. You missed your backstory, though. You are an Amazoness woman who, had her kingdom taken over and her brother kidnapped, and her father died. Also, I could go get some weapons as well. Yeah, I know, right? Every time somebody new comes in, I have to retell the story. But at least, Kreb saw the beginning, I believe? Unfortunately, when you go through shops, you have to, like, buy things with each individual party member. Okay, she's already got it. And then equipping things is its own chore. So we'll sell his, oops. Can she sell his stuff? No, she can't. The menu system is an interesting idea, but in reality it's just kind of cumbersome to get through. Looks pretty, but... Also, I really want to buy a revive now. But... I don't have enough money for it quite yet. Eli 5, the story of this game to me. Eli 5. How long am I gonna play for? I don't know. This game doesn't have like clear-cut stopping points like Zelda did, so I guess I'll stop when I feel like it. Get off my back. Oh, whenever I feel like I really need a bacon cheeseburger in my life, that's when I'll stop. That's the honest answer. So I'm just gonna kill a few enemies in here and run back to town. Might as well finish this fight, just in case I get some loot out of it. Just like this. Alright. Are you gonna be listening as well, or...? Okay. Good. Alright, grab myself a revive item. It'll take a little while to get back to that boss anyway. Not too long. I mean, it wasn't very far into the little dungeon area. Unfortunately, revives are kind of pricey at this point in the game. So this time I've got some better things going for me. I've got an upgrade to my attack. We could probably use some defense as well, considering how messed up we were getting. I still have the, like, starting stuff, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just grind on a few enemies and get that stuff. Stay at the inn, and then we can go fight. Didn't answer you about what? Is there actually strategy in the game? At the moment, I'm just playing kind of a brawling guy, so not really with this character. I'd say for the most part, not so much of a strategy game. Well, I mean, the skills, like, you can't dodge those. They're just, like, animations that play out. I mean, there's really just nothing you can do there. Also, the Mimic gave us a chest. I don't know if mimics can also spawn mimics. I think they can. But I mean, the thing is, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's like casting a spell. It doesn't matter where I'm at on the screen. It can still hit me. When it comes to a boss fight, you're just mashing stuff. Yeah, pretty much, Riri. You're just mashing stuff until you win. But once you introduce spells into the mix, it starts to get at least a little bit more interesting, where you're playing with buffs and heals and debuffs and damaging attacks. And the bosses have different phases, or at least some of them do. So for the most part, it is pretty simplistic, that it's just a brawler. See where my cash situation's at. 88. That's unfortunate. I think it's actually cheaper to just use these and then get more later. Oh, I forgot, you have to go 3 screens away for the enemies to respawn. Or is it 3? I can't remember. You normally don't have to do a whole lot of grinding in this game, but I really made a beeline for that boss throughout the story here. So it's not going to be for very long that I have to grind. I only need like 40 more of the money. Competing with Lucky right now and you're winning, like, for view count? If so, that's, wow? I don't know what else to even say to that. He must be playing something really, really boring. Just you wait with your echoes there, Riri. I don't have the ability to take Twitch subs yet. Yeah, that would probably explain things too, Pepper. I think Lucky normally gets at least double the viewership that I do. Which is perfectly fine. I'm not in this for I'm not in this to compete like Lucky's content. Yeah, I appreciate that, Riri. Little bit more money, and then I'll run back. Oh, whoops. Get this bit of the story again, I forgot. Get this bit of the story and then run back to town again, pretty much. I'll bet, Riri. I'll bet. Probably go more beast mode than Gnaffle here. I'm almost dead. You've power levels yet unseen. Trying to stay back a little bit here from this fight. Almost dead. Of course I'm gonna take strength. Another treasure. I think that should be enough Oh, Riri. Okay, buy my stuff, fight the boss. Oh wow, I've got more money than I thought I did. Oh, okay, she's already got that equipped anyway, so I didn't even need to get all this money. Alright. That does, however, let me buy more healing items. Get some revs? I don't know what you mean by revs. So how does nighttime work? Well, you see the sun goes down, and then there's not as much light. Oh, revives, I see. So when the sun goes down... Science stream, there we go. Can't explain that. Checkmate, atheists. Okay. So when it's nighttime, which can just happen over the course of the game, it's got its own like internal clock for what time of the day it is. At nighttime, the big benefit is that I can turn in, well, Gnafl here can turn into a werewolf, which is something that you haven't seen yet on the stream. Going full beast mode. I don't know how much of a an upgrade it is to his stats, but it is definitely an upgrade. Even just in that it looks cooler. Ooh, that's a very nice item. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to go into my items. This item right here immediately changes it between day and night. So if you're in a spot where you can't really just easily stay at an inn, or let's say you stay at an inn, have it be nighttime, and then nighttime runs out before you get done with what you wanted to do, you could use one of those so you can continue being a werewolf. I wish you got to just permanently stay as a werewolf, like, you didn't have to transform during fights, just because I think it's cool seeing him run around as one. Oh, hey! No mimic. It also takes a little bit to transform, but obviously worth it. Oops, missed a chest. Dang it. We need your magic, Riri. So yeah, one thing I forgot about is that the enemies around here, I think, change at night as well, which is pretty cool. Also, I explained this much earlier, so I think some of you guys weren't here for it, but there are also different days of the week that the game keeps track of as well. And depending on what day of the week it is, a different element will be stronger. So there's like a water day and an earth day, etc. Which is also kind of neat because that's kind of how the days of the week are in Japan. Like Tuesday is literally water day. Saturday is like dirt day. Let's see if I can even remember them. Sunday is literally Sunday. Monday is Moon Day. Tuesday is Oh god, it's been a while since I've actually had to practice the days of the week. I think that would be the water day. No, that's fire. Kayobi. Wednesday is water, Thursday is wood, I think. Friday is like gold or metal. And then Saturday, like I said, is dirt. Yeah, it took me a minute to remember. Agility only helps dodging, by the way. I did not know that. Very interesting. So I think I would rather have Vitality. I'm curious what luck does. I can't remember if you told me what luck does. Say some Japanese. I'd really rather not embarrass myself. I think not. You know what, it took me a minute to realize what that means. Tokyo Tomare. That'd be like time stop, right? I'm not afraid of it, I just know that I'm not good yet, and there's no particular reason why I need to, say anything right now. I'm especially not confident with my grammar, so most of the things that I would say would probably not sound right. Or I'd sound like some little kid. I practice every day. I practice grammar every day, and I'll be studying kanji every day until, well, I mean, I'll have learned them all by the end of the year. Practice speaking out loud. I happen to know that my accent is pretty decent. But, yeah, I should focus on the boss. So, yeah, just as long as I'm, like, within range of him, I'm gonna get hit by all of his attacks, pretty much no matter what. I think that does a decent amount of damage. It does? Okay. Fortunately, I'm exactly 100 down, so getting the full use out of my round drop. I think I'm gonna hold off for a second on, healing Lise. She could probably take a hit at 72. Don't need to heal him yet. Yeah, you can't get out of the way of stuff like that, though. Yeah, I was just gonna say I want to heal her. Hopefully she doesn't die from this. It was good that I didn't heal her then, because now she'll be at full health. Oh hey, one of his eyes is missing. That means, he's like halfway dead. Uh-oh. I might die to that. Okay, not quite. I can thank my, my new armor for that, for saving me from that. There we go. Nice. And here we have our first spirit. So the spirits help us along. And they kind of act as, kind of light puzzle elements, like they're the keys to open some puzzles. Every once in a while the game will throw an option at you that says like, oh, I don't know what to do to progress, maybe we gotta use an item or a spirit or something. So they come along with us. I can't remember if they affect, like any stats or anything like that, if maybe it makes like holy magic any better. What's an optical illusion? Yeah, like that. Just like that. Stupid optical illusion. I mean, that was the part that was near the dwarf kingdom, right? Because I remember being completely stumped on that as a kid. Alright, Riri, we'll use your power again. I won the mashing game, that's right. Whoops. Dang it, Luger. So the Beastmen were planning on invading that holy city that we went to. And we dropped the barrier so that we could get into the cave ourselves. So by going to the town, we opened the way for the baddies to get there. Express. Second fairy cutscene, yes. There seems to be a decent amount of that. It's so pretty. What a swamp, gosh. It's like in the clouds or something, it's magical. Well, I guess it kind of is a swamp. It's tropical, though. So this is a bit of a flashback. We've got many Riris. Yes, that was the magical sword that we're after. And these fairies are all on their way to try to make it to the priest so that they can warn him that the power of magic, or power of mana, is dying. So that's one Riri gone. Only one Riri left. And that's the one that made it into Gnafel's head. I spy the girl that was sleeping earlier. Girl named Kaiser. So now we're back in the port city of Jad. We got captured by the Beastmen. Ludkaiser. Oh my. That would have got changed in localization. Okay, let's get the boat out of here. So now we all have to have the argument. Who's the best girl? Is it Kreb or Kaiser? Or Riri the fairy. I don't even know if we have any spells yet for Kaiser. Let's see. Nope, not a thing. She needs to get doing some learning. Definitely not Riri. Poor Riri. Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize he was still alive, trying to read chat. Barely doing anything. Oops. Fortunately, it doesn't take too long to get out of here. Get a little bit of experience along the way. Hopefully enough to level up Kaiser, so she learns some spells. It's hard to keep these pronouns straight. Werewolves can't be happy fighting their own kind here. I don't know if these are the werewolves, though, or if they're just wolves. It's kind of hard to tell, because you fight werewolves later on, and they look more like Ganapple here. So I think these are just dogs. Yeah, it calls it a bound wolf. Let's get the heck out of here. And then we get to hear Kaiser's backstory, and then that's all for backstory. Oh wait, the Steam sale is going on right now? I was waiting for that to start. There's no Steam sale? Hey, how's it going? Been going good. This is the first stream I've done of this game. We've been getting through some, well, not some, a lot of backstory for all of our different characters. But from here on, it's going to be smooth sailing, so to speak. So she's just getting introduced to our fairy that's in our head. And she's about to tell us all about her reason for going on our adventure. Basically, we've all got our own motivations, but we're trying to make it to the Mana Holy Land to save the Tree of Mana, which is dying. If it dies, the whole world dies. And there's also a sword there that can grant wishes, and we've all got our reasons for wanting to go on a particularly harsh adventure to getting our wishes granted. And this is her reason. And by her, I mean Kaiser. The only muggle in all. So yeah, she's got a particularly cruel mother, who's the queen. You know, now that I think about it, literally all of us in the party are royalty. hey, you're hosting me? Aw, that's very nice of you. I've never been hosted before. So she went to go seek out, Priest, anyway. And the priest was the one that told us all about, all of these stories coming together. And of course you can come with us. The more the merrier. Especially once you can actually use magic. This, by the way, is a somewhat interesting party composition. So we've got Ganafel, the brawler, who's just going to be fighting with his fists, doing a lot of DPS. We've got Kreb, who's going to be providing us with buffs. And we've got Kaiser, who's going to be doing offensive magic. Now that does mean that we do not have a healer at all. We're going to be completely item dependent on healing. That can be okay. Either that, or alternatively, we could take Ganafel on the light path, which would mean that he would get some healing, but it would cut down on his DPS, I think. It's an option. I don't know how I feel about it. I want to do some looking into it to see what each upgrade does, because I explained it before, but it's worth explaining again. Every character is able to take a light path and a dark path, and then from there they are able to make that decision again, and that's for class upgrades. So you can go light or dark, and then from there, light or dark again. So you could be light light, light dark, dark light, or dark dark, and all of them have their own abilities depending on which you choose. Going further dark tends to lead more towards damaging abilities. Going more towards light tends to be more supportive stuff, such as healing and buffs. First Light already gives Kevin pressure point. Huh. Four final classes for every character, yes. So, this guy, this king, knows a lot about the mana stones. We seek him out. So fortunately, it looks like the Priest of Light survived, despite the werewolves getting into, or the beastmen rather, getting into the cave. He used a lot of energy in the process and has since fallen ill. The only one who can cure him is Heath. He's missing. It seems the priest's life is in danger. Now Carly, the little girl that was in the cave, was trying to help Heath, or find Heath, if I remember right. Pressure point equals wolf strength even during the day. Interesting. And you said that's on the light path? Very interesting. I'll have to look into all of the different abilities and stuff like that. I played around with it a little bit when I was younger, but I don't really remember what's what. Also, I can't even remember if I'm supposed to be coming here quite yet. I think I might have jumped the gun on this. But we'll see. I might not have. Because we're trying to find our way to get over to that king. Right? Yeah. And the way there should be through a cave that's coming up. There's also a town that I can go to pretty near here that has Black Market, which has some interesting items in it. You can even buy a slave. Oops, didn't mean to use my special there. Pick strength always when strength is available on my grappler. Oh yeah, if it doesn't hit, then if the special doesn't connect, then you get to use it again. What's a slave for? Use your imagination. I can't really remember. I think Spirit is your MP, and Int is your well, Int functions like Int in any other game. I don't know why I'm bothering to try to think of how to explain it. Getting really beat up here. But I suppose that's par for the course when you stay in the action so much. Oh, there's even more. And he sneak attacked me and killed me. I'm just gonna use it. There we go. Because otherwise you'd be missing out on experience, I think. Pi is for healing. That sounds good. I think Int also affects casting speed and magic defense. That's interesting. It would also make sense for, like the brawling characters that don't have stuff. It's Princess Kaiser! I think that was supposed to be like a whistle. That sounded really bad on the ZSNES. Oh shoot, I forgot there is a fight here. Gosh dang it. If I would have thought of that, I would have done some healing beforehand. Yeah, I remember the boss fight now, I just didn't remember when it was. Okay. Kevin's fine. Also, how many of these do I have? I have 4? Oh no. I hope I saved at the end because I'm probably going to get wrecked. This could be worth it. Also, what is this? Sleep damage? What is sleep damage? You did not? Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that. I would be taken so far back. We're going werewolf. I think that didn't calculate damage. Also, do I use it now? Oh! I've got 1 Angel's Grail as well, so I might as well not, I guess. And we're just gonna use this. I never use items like that, but... Does she even have any spells yet? No. She does, okay. I didn't realize that. We need to start casting that stuff. I think they're immune to sleep. That's quite possible. It's worth healing up now. But I was looking for Angela. That's not, it's Kaiser. Oh, that sucks. If, sometimes your guys can get hit, and then it doesn't calculate the damage on your meter yet. So basically I healed a person that's dead, even though it didn't look like I did when I was doing it. So I just completely threw away one of the items that I desperately need. Just keep casting, please. Oh, that's one of them gone. I think I've got this. I don't like the look of that, though. That did 100 damage. Also, I don't have, anything to bring him back. Oh, we won, though. I don't think he gets any of the experience, but we won. That's better than going back. It's gonna blow! Dead. No. So yeah, that was, Kaiser's mom's, kingdom. They're going after the Mana Stones. We can't let them do it. We're trying to find the Mana Stones. Oh, you meant save here. I meant at the inn. I should have saved here, though. So yeah, whole story is I'm trying to find these Mana Stones so that we can release their energy, which creates a portal to the Mana Holy Land, and we can try to fix what's going on there. Although, to be honest, I don't actually know how we're supposed to fix what's going on there. I think I forgot about that kind of story. Also, have you changed AI yet? Oh, I forgot that was even part of the game, to be quite honest. Now that you mention it, I will do that after this fight. Also, I did see that chest down there. So, let's see, would that be battle? So, I want him to be right into the fight. Assist Kreb? Well, no, I guess we want you to assist Kaiser. And you also assist Kaiser. And you... look out for yourself. Oops. Was that all? For saves, or stats, you can also see here which class I'll turn into. So from Grappler, if I take the light path, I'll go Monk. If I take Dark, I'll go Bashkar, whatever that is. So Kreb could either become a Valkyrie or a Rune Maiden. And Kaiser could either become a Sorceress or a Delvar. I don't even know if I've looked at this screen. It doesn't really look like I need to change anything though. This will list all of the magic that we've got. Equipment, inventory. Oh yeah, I could change that if I really wanted to. Background for my windows. Okay, so it looks like that's all of the AI stuff that I'll need to do. Unless I screwed that up somehow. Hold L and R to move other characters around. Hold it? Whoa, I did not know that. You can switch on the fly. Hey, that's neat. I had no idea. That's cool, thank you. Okay, so now that that path in the cave is no longer available to us, we need to find another route. Oops, I should have waited to see if there was going to be an item that popped up, but I accidentally went off screen. So, let's see here then. If I hold R, or excuse me, hold L, now I'm controlling Kaiser. And now I can cast like Kaiser. Very interesting. Dang it, Riri, I've been explaining everything I can. Did you mean the story, or like going through these menus and stuff? Because quite a bit of this I don't really remember either. Try pressing L and R in the ring. How did I not know about this? By the way, to anybody who isn't familiar with the game, this game was actually 2-player compatible, where one player could take the role of one of the other characters here. There's also hacks for this game that make it 3-player compatible. Easy way to fix casting as well. Yeah, I had no idea. That's really, really cool, actually. Oh, excuse me. It'd still be cheaper to use the, candy instead. And Yaga uses that in his 1-person, 2 controllers run. Interesting. Huh. Also, I've been at this for 2 hours already? It's kind of surprising. Also, I don't know why I keep forgetting to do so, but I forgot to get new armor and stuff. We can even get a new bow for our girls. Oh, and look at that, a tiara. So, I can't do it in here though, can I? Can't. Circlet, not a tiara? Well, I don't know the difference. I'm a man. It's a head thingy. Oh. Like saying a bandana's a fedora. I mean, they're both a thing that goes on your head. I mean, look at that. We could buy a fedora right now. In fact, we did. So insulted. I didn't know that you wear circlets and tiaras. Oh, I never equipped the other one. Wow, I feel like a fool now. So I didn't need to buy that at all. I already had it. Is that my karma right there? Oops, I meant to sell. She doesn't have anything else to sell. It would just be Kevin Gnaffle. That's gonna take me forever. Keep it straight. Go off and get some weapons as well. I love their little dance here too. So I think that's the best for all of them, but do you sell items or what do you do? Could use some more of these. They're cheap anyway. And definitely some more of these. In fact, I'm gonna max out on him. I think just keeping a few of these is fine. I don't believe it does. I was trying to do that just a minute ago just to test it out. And since I've done all of that, I really don't want to have to do it again, so I'm just gonna stop in the end just to save, which fortunately only takes a second. Okay. So, with our path cut off, we're looking for another way to get over to that other kingdom. Tell us. Mr. Bon Voyage. With your Hyper Deluxe Special Cannon V2. The ultra gorgeous Turbo Cannon too. We need gunpowder. Where can we get it? Where did he go? Bon Voyage left somewhere. I don't know where he went. Okay. Riri's getting into it. So let's see. You again that we need to talk to? Gunpowder. The dwarves would have that. They use it all the time to blast new tunnels. The entrance to their village is just before the bridge over the cleft of the earth. Or so I hear. I've never been down there myself. And that is the cave that we came from. Neo Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon, go! There you go. Don't forget it. Alright, so agility was like dodge chance then, right? We don't really need intelligence or spirit if we don't have any spells to cast. Step away and eat. We're just playing the whole game again. Sure, okay, so we're Gnaffle. Come from the Beast Kingdom, killed our best friend accidentally. No, I could go through the whole thing again, but... Pass, thank you. No, it's junk, please. I think I'm just gonna go with luck. I don't know what luck even does, but... we're going with it. Because who needs to dodge? Actually, we probably need to dodge. Luck is always one of those stats that really needs to be defined in games as to what it affects and how much it affects it. Because it's so different in so many games. Just keep pumping that int. Spells can be very powerful in this game. Ooh, we got chocolate. Pakun chocolate. That heals for 300, I believe. We're really tearing through these enemies now, too. Still dead? No, he's fine. Luck is crits and more okay on trap checks. Okay. That's interesting. That actually sounds like slightly more of a benefit than dodge chance, because... for my brawlers, anyway. His portrait is still crossed out. What do you mean? Crossed out where? I mean, he's alive, he's walking around right now fighting stuff. on the UI? What are you talking about? He's fine. I guess I don't really care all that much. I mean, I guess it might be worth knowing who has the highest. Portrait looks weird? No, it's just normal. His portrait does change depending on whether or not he's in beast mode. Crits never really happen anyway, there's no real consistency to it. Interesting. So here I wanted to check and see which character has the highest luck. So currently it's a tie between Kreb and Kaiser. So I'll try to remember to open chests with them instead of Kevin, who I'm mostly going to stay playing as, except for in boss fights. Although I might actually switch that up to playing mostly as Kreb. By the way, it's actually very handy for me to have all of these names off to the side of the stream so that I can glance over every time I forget. It's come in handy multiple times already. Agility's probably more important. Yeah, I guess if crits are that inconsistent, and dodging is much more consistent, then that would be true. I don't feel too bad about putting a stat in the quote-unquote wrong thing, though. Simply because of how stats are distributed. Since it'll eventually have me max stuff out anyway. The Dwarf Cave should be around here. And this part puzzled me so much as a kid, because we've already been through here. I already knew what the statue did. I was using save states, so I wasn't even saving at the statues anyway, so I had no reason to talk to it here. So all of a sudden, this thing that all it did was save is the thing that like progresses the story. Your characters don't wonder what to do until they look at the statue again. And then, as it all turns out, it's just an optical illusion. That rock was never there, except it is really there, because you can't walk through it. Stupid game. I got roadblocked so hard there. I like how it was just spooky cave music, and then we get to this area where all of these guys look like they've got skulls on their heads, and it's like, oh hey, yeah, happy village. Also, I never even really took a good look at these sprites back then to realize that they're just wearing hats. I thought they were just like... I thought that was just like undead dwarves or something. They're actually Chaos Dwarves. I think they should be more alarmed that we figured out their entrance to their cave. I mean, that's their defense, is people not knowing. I should really stay at the inn. Although I'm probably going to do some shopping first, so I might as well save after that. What do you have to tell me? Oh, okay. I'll leave you to it then, Mr. Dwarf. Watts has some. He's in the item shop. Okay. Please get out of my way. Is this the item shop? Ah, this sucks. I just bought that new armor. Well, if there's new armor, chances are there's new weapons. Weapons in my book are more important than the defensive items. I'm guessing this is the guy that sells the weapons. Yep, that's quite the upgrade too. I'm getting really hungry at the moment, so I think I'm actually going to stop the stream here after I get done doing my shopping. I very much am. I was just thinking about how delicious a bacon cheeseburger from the bar would be. Which I shouldn't be thinking of because that's too expensive. I should be making my own food, but dang it. Bacon cheeseburger. It's already too expensive for me, Riri. I don't want to afford it for you. Stingy. Well, that's the only way you really get ahead in this world. You gotta take the Jake approach. Make your own burger? I could, but they make it so much better than I possibly could. I'm one short. One. Quitter talk, get good at making burgers. I don't even have the meat for it. We don't even have a store that sells hamburger meat in my town. So I couldn't. We don't even have like a proper grocery store at the moment. I mean, like, just, you know, ground beef. Yeah, I have to drive to the next town in order to buy groceries. At the moment, our grocery store closed down because, we used to have 2 gas stations in this town. One, a company came and bought both gas stations, and then closed one down so that they could have a monopoly on the town. And then another business wants to come in and build another gas station so that that first gas station has competition. And they bought out the grocery store in town for the land. I think the grocery store was just failing anyway, though. You know, at first I thought that too, like, oh man, just got some monopoly forming in town. But actually, like, it made us have, like, a better gas station, and now it's gonna have competition. And I think the grocery store only went out of business because it had such poor sales. Everything in there was expensive. Very expensive, even though it was just normal groceries. Like, it was nothing fancy whatsoever. You could go to Walmart and get the same quality of food, which is what most people have done because groceries are cheaper at Walmart. But Walmart is 30 minutes away from this town, so in order to get any groceries at all, I would have to drive for 30 minutes. Aldi's coming. We have an Aldi's that's also about 30 minutes away. Did I sell everything? I got very distracted. Well, this is just small town getting smaller, unfortunately. I think I did sell something, though. Yeah, I did sell some stuff. Might as well wake up at night.